The much-awaited AP Shah panel report on minimum alternate tax is submitted to the government for final consideration. Now the ball is in the government's court to decide on this tax tangle with the foreign investors. Decision is crucial for the foreign portfolio investors who are expecting retrospective relief in the minimum alternate tax. Now the tax department had, remember, rattled the foreign investor community by sending tax notices demanding over 600 crore rupees. Revenue Secretary Shaktikanta says that government will attach huge importance to the Shah panel recommendations on the matter and will arrive at a conclusion soon. Now remember, the government will also be taking a stance on the related Castleton case in the Supreme Court, which is going on, and sources indicate to ET Now that the government may be softening the stance on the tax tussle. That's the big story this evening. First, let's hear out Justice AP Shah and Revenue Secretary on this matter.
I cannot discuss the contents of the report with you because it is for the government to decide whether to publish the report and when to publish it, and to accept or reject the report or to implement the report. That's really the prerogative of the government. So the government will examine the report and take appropriate decision.
At the moment, we are not making the report public. We have to first go through the report. The government will take a decision in the matter, and at that time probably the report will be made public, but again a view will be taken in the matter. But first, the report has been submitted to the government. The government has to consider the report. So therefore, at the moment, the report is not being made public. The report is very important. It is, if you talk of sanctity, government having appointed a committee would definitely give lot of weightage and lot of importance to the recommendations of the committee, because ultimately government has appointed the committee.
All right, so that's the big development of the day, and Ruchi Bhatia has been tracking all those developments and was right there at that press briefing. Ruchi, good to have you on the show. Now, the big question on everybody's mind, what are those recommendations in that Shah panel report? Of course, the government hasn't disclosed it. They will be considering it over the next few days. What are you gathering, and how soon could we really get the final judgment on this from the government?
Nisha, the government is still studying and studying the 66-page report that has been submitted to the finance minister today. Remember, it was a contentious issue that had spooked all the investors. What we're given to understand is that, as of now, there is a unanimous, view that FIIs should be given some sort of a relief, simply because they have been, FIIs maintain that, from the virtue of not being established in India, they should be exempted from paying MAT. However, there are a lot of legal hassles that still have to be ironed out. What we're given to understand is that the government is going to keenly watch out for the Castleton case that will come out in the Supreme Court in the month of August. They're likely to temper their stance and their view as far as the applicability on MAT is concerned after studying their report. But you must notice the fact that the Supreme Court's verdict on the law of the land, that will hold, the superior, that will have a lot of weightage, and which is why the government is going to watch out for that case very closely. Also what we're given to understand is that this panel has studied all the legal implications, all the cases in the past, whether it was the ITAT and the AAR rulings, which were absolutely contradictory to each other. And, in fact, experts point out to the fact that whenever there are contradictory rulings, then in that case, the Supreme Court goes in favor of some sort of a relief for foreign investors. So what we're given to understand is that although the government is, they assured everybody that they were not going to sit on the report, they will go ahead and, look at what the Shah panel has recommended. But the government is also going to keenly watch out for the developments that happen in the Supreme Court as well.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.